The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. Green select glucometer. For check it. Put sugar level for check it. For check it.
Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Step into a world of exquisite fragrances at Ghana's #1 perfume hub. Visit us at Rack Luxury Perfume, located in Santa Maria, Asiama Junction, or find us in New Akimota, opposite Christ Redeemed Glory Church. Just a 3-minute walk from Akimota Melcombe, your journey to finding the perfect scent begins here. Whether you're shopping for yourself or looking for the perfect gift, we offer an extensive collection for both wholesale and retail. Proudly, we are the exclusive sole distributor for the luxurious Gloria perfume. Follow us on social media for the latest updates and exclusive deals. Find us on Instagram at rack_perfumes and on Snapchat and TikTok at rack_perfumes. Connect with us on Facebook at Rack Luxury Perfumes and be the first to know about new arrivals. Reach out to us at +233 59 461 6199 or WhatsApp at 059 861 2592. Rack Luxury Perfumes. Smell unique, smell classy. Step into a world of exquisite fragrances at Ghana's #1 perfume hub. Visit us at Rack Luxury Perfume, located in Santa Maria, Asiama Junction, or find us in New Akimota, opposite Christ Redeemed Glory Church. Just a 3-minute walk from Akimota Melcombe, your journey to finding the perfect scent begins here. Whether you're shopping for yourself or looking for the perfect gift, we offer an extensive collection for both wholesale and retail. Proudly, we are the exclusive sole distributor for the luxurious Gloria perfume. Follow us on social media for the latest updates and exclusive deals. Find us on Instagram at rack_perfumes and on Snapchat and TikTok at rack_perfumes. Connect with us on Facebook at Rack Luxury Perfumes and be the first to know about new arrivals. Reach out to us at +233 59 461 6199 or WhatsApp at 059 861 2592. Rack Luxury Perfumes. Smell unique, smell classy.
Well, it is a Monday evening, and how we do it on Monday evenings, we sit to review some of the major stories that happened over the weekend, and that is exactly what we are about to do today here on Showbiz Daily, live on Sammy Flex TV. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to be a part of this conversation. Remember, you're also part of it, so your comments are welcome, and share your opinions with us. We would appreciate reading them as well. My name is Sammy Flex, and in the studio, Roland Amate is in the middle from Shagzi, Shatter Movement, Empire, Roland Report, and I also have Intimdo Solomon at the extreme end. He is coming from Intidosu Digital Solutions as the boss, as well as Sammy Flex TV or Flex Entertainment Limited, our online manager. Behind the scenes, Digital Rasta is also called Currency, who is doing our camera for us. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. Now, so many things are happening, so many of them are happening, but you find time to break down some of the ones that need our immediate attention. Before, on other settings, you would also be looking at some of them. I hear MCI boys in the news. Oh my world, MCI Papa. Well, we'll find time for her some other day. But today, let's look at some of the serious ones before we look at the unserious ones later here on the show. Over the weekend, it looks like some Ghanaian events gained some traction. And when you go on some online platforms, especially on Instagram, some of our top Instagram bloggers were abroad and they gave us most of these videos and contents. In London, there was a Ghana party in the park, UK. And in America, there was the DMV party in the park. As it stands now, all these two events happened the same weekend. I don't know whether it was a coincidence or it was really planned to be like that. Ghana party in the park UK and DMV party in the park USA. As it stands now, these events are the events that really took center stage when it comes to events hosted by Ghanaians abroad. And I would just want to pick the views of our people about these two shows, what they have seen so far, and again, the kind of impact and relevance they are having on our industry. Richie can roll some videos from Ghana Party in the Park UK whilst I go to my people. Then after, you can also show us some videos from Ghana Party in the Park DMV or USA, and we do this conversation. Ro, you have been doing events. Any impact, any stories about these events that you would want to share so far?
Well, first of all, let me say congratulations to the organizers, DMP and Aquaba UK for putting up such a stage for our people to obviously campaign or market themselves. It was a good day for the artists that performed.
Okay.
The attendance was good. Speaking of party in the park, for example, the attendance was good. The artists, per the videos that I've seen online and everything, really had fun and enjoyed themselves. I think on top of it, Paluta is the most trending artist on these particular events that happen. Wendy Shea also had a very good day, and I think the other guys like This Trap also got a very good day on the other side. And the DMV party in the park too, I think Kwesiata was also there, Jackie was there, among other artists that also, of which I've seen their videos online. And so far it's good. It's good in the sense that we always talk about how Ghanaians start things in the diaspora and along the line, for whether it is our fault or not our fault. Before we realize, some people come and whisk it away, and before we realize we are caught chasing, crying pioneership. We started it and all of that. So when we see our people do some of these things, of course, it gives us some level of joy to know that at least aside the ones that we are organizing in our close quarters, we have other ones that are also pushing, that are also giving our people a platform there. The only thing we will cry for now, as Oliver Twist, we want more, but this time we will pray for growth. That is one thing that we pray for more.
Okay. Growth of what?
Growth of the event.
Okay.
Exactly.
So this is still part in the park.
There is still party in the park UK, where Paluta was on stage.
Numbers were not bad.
Not at all.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. We are praying for, as much as we are praying for more, as in other events coming on board, because there was the other one I think we spoke about it somewhere last year or so, which was also a high life train or so, which was I think done in Europe by Bisa.
Oh yeah. One James
there, no?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes,
the first one was done in Switzerland. I know where you're
so as much as we are praying for more events in the diaspora, at least it was so many quarters. We have one in Europe, one in America, one in the UK. At least our artists would know that anywhere they step on any other continent, they have a sense of belonging. So
what we are seeing now is the DMV party.
Yeah, the DMV party in the park. And they at least they have some sense of belonging
in America.
Yeah, this in America. Wherever they step, they have a family there. They have some level of audience that they can rely on. So it is good. But it is only growth that we will pray for. So this will not just be, oh, they started and in 2 years time or 3 years time or 5 years time they are not doing again, or they start and now different people have actually taken over and our people are not getting the chance again. Our people go and they sack them and all of that. If these events grow, the likes of Afro Nation and whatever festival that our people are crying to be on, these events will be one of those stages that it will not only be our people, but even our people would be the headliners, and we will have other nationals also trying to fight for it. Because today,
I don't use hyper.
because today people
Looks like his videos are telling me he's hiding something.
well,
Yeah, I don't know if the numbers were not too encouraging.
I think it is the action. He was more of catching action than numbers.
And by the videos,
Because you see, then he will go to somebody that is probably singing. You see, he was looking for action than numbers.
okay, maybe it was.
He was using.
Oh, it was he. No,
He was there.
yes, sir.
Well,
Hyper was
he has
there.
better videos.
It was hyper. It was hyper.
Okay.
So like I'm saying, if the events
Who is
grow,
performing?
Sefa.
Ah, okay.
If the events grow,
He was he was moving the camera.
so if the events grow, at least now people lobby to be on Amapiano stage, on Afro Nation stage. People pay to lobby to be on Coachella. These are all connections. So we all pray that our events will grow. They will grow to the extent that now it will not only be about Ghana, but it will be like something huge that other people would see it attractive to also be part of it.
Wow. Still in USA, right?
Yeah, this Kwesiata.
This Kwesiata. Oh, okay. Kwesiata is now a US boy, so you know how it feels. Yeah. Nah, hyper.
Yeah, hyper actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I doubt it was hyper.
It was hyper.
Hyper, we know, doesn't show.
But it's
This one
it sounds so amateur. It looks so amateurish. Yeah. Well, channel.
crowd. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think this is good. It's good news for the industry. It's good news for the artists and everyone connected to what is happening. I think this positive, and we should encourage those who can do better or even do more to also step in and do their thing. I mean, Paluta this year is his year. I mean, for when you want to talk about Ghana Party in the Park UK, the first name that you mentioned is Paluta.
If I do know, I've not seen many of the performance videos, but for Paluta, I've come across it several times.
Yes, me too. The same. Like I've seen various angles, not one, different angles of Paluta's performance. But others you hardly see. I've seen one for this guy, Kili. And then when the show,
the park, right?
yeah, and then when the show one, but mostly you will see Paluta. So he's the man of the moment now. I mean, this industry, I've said it before, it's winner takes all. So if he's the man of the moment, he's the one that they were going to capture, or many people capture. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I think this is positive, and Paluta should enjoy his moment and then see what he can do with it. And again, the one that went on in the US, yes, I think that one too is a good idea. I don't know if this one is the first time that they are doing it, but
they've done
it before.
Yeah,
they've done it before.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not as loud as it's not as loud as the UK one.
A little bit.
Yeah. So we encourage them to also do more.
I think it started as the DMV party. Now they've moved it from the DMV party to the park.
Yeah, good. So they should do more, and then let's see how it will go. Because it's a way of growing the industry. If people in Ghana here are even harboring the idea or having the idea that if I do well, I can go for party in the park, it's a way to motivate the new artists to work hard, hoping that they will be called for party in the park, like the way Paluta and some young artists are enjoying. So for me, this is positive. Yeah, we should praise them for organizing the show.
Well, so to Kwaba UK as well as to MC Coaches, congratulations to you guys. You guys are holding our industry down, be it big or small. That is what we have. Elsewhere, people have it very, very big, but in Ghana, we are still trying to crawl. So as much as you guys are giving the platforms, I'm sure many would appreciate it. And we pray that more and more of these shows would happen throughout the continent of the world. Then that one we can say that, oh, Mekoaha, all in the name of Party in the Park, or in the name of the DMV program. So congratulations to the organizers. We wish them well. Let's hope for better stuff next year as usual. Let's see whatever that will be happening. Now let's move on to another conversation that has also caught my attention. It's about Joe Fraser's statement that he made on Hit FM that Sarkodie is not the goat of rap in Ghana. This has generated so much debate and controversies. Remember, the last time some people were discussing who is the goat of rap in Ghana, and Graphic Showbiz, in coming up with their list, obviously did their own placement, placed Sarkodie at the top. When the people who are paid, when they saw it, they said, how? What do you mean by Sarkodie is the greatest of all time rappers in Ghana? No, it is not like that, and it can't be like that. Some people have come out with divergent opinions and all, but then I'm asking that this particular discussion, this debate, who is really leading the conversation? Is it those who think that Sarkodie, with all his achievements after some years, is the greatest of all time rapper in Ghana? Or maybe if you look at the achievement of some people from yesteryears till now, no rapper in Ghana can even beat them. This has been the conversation around. Richard, I don't know if you have some materials that you would want us to see. This, what's his name? Okay, this is a story. And Noella is writing stuff. Over the weekend, Joe Fraser was also on TV. And he still, according to him, he still maintains his stance that nobody should come close with that thing to Sarkodie. Now, Noella is a journalist, a broadcast journalist at Joy Prime, and he says, I'm going to risk being seen as a hater and dare say that Sarkodie isn't the greatest rapper of all time. Or he certainly, and he certainly can't be compared to the likes of Kenya, Reggie Rockstone, and Obrafo. The metrics people keep referencing are exclusive to Sarkodie's era. Consider how different the landscape would have been if the internet and streaming platforms had existed during Obrafo, Reggie, and Lord Kenya's time. Imagine the staggering numbers they would have achieved. These rappers. Okay, they would have achieved. These rappers hail from a direct and distinct eras, making it illogical to compare Sarkodie's success directly to theirs. It is essential to acknowledge the unique circumstances and opportunities each artist faced during their prime. For the benefit of the younger audience, let's set aside sentimental comparisons and allow the fans to debate those. If you are an industry expert, please make your input with grace and rely on verifiable facts. This approach will help maintain a respectful and informative conversation, free from emotional bias, but focusing on data-driven insights. We can elevate the discussion and provide valuable perspectives for those looking to learn from our experiences. And it says, that being said, is Sarkodie the greatest of his era? Absolutely. Sarkodie will be the greatest. But if you are talking about of all time in Ghana alone, he thinks, or she thinks, it is not Sark. Now, this conversation has really been going on over the weekend and so many people, influencers, have also been sharing opinions as well. In the studio, let me get the opinions of my people, whether indeed they agree or disagree that King Sark is the greatest of all time when it comes to rap in Ghana. Chabo, have you found a goat already? Or are you going to kill the goat already?
You see, this conversation or this issue, we cannot determine it with all certainties. It can't happen.
For whichever way you
go to, it's somebody's opinion that we are going to follow. Maybe the person sharing their opinion can give details for us to say, okay, I think you are convincing me, or I want to agree or disagree. That's how it will be. Yes. So for me, yes, we can go back and forth. People can play the emotional card, as she said. I've watched a video that Keche Joshua was saying that it's disrespectful to even do that comparison. But for me, I think what they are mixing is that no matter your era, this is what I would say. The last time that we did a topic like this, I said that yes, I disagree with the arrangement. In fact, some people shouldn't be in there. But the point is, don't bring in the era and this wasn't there and that. And no, you can't do that. If you do that, then there's no way that you can compare even artists of the same era, like she wants to put it. Because even in the same era, they came at different times. So why are you not comparing them at the same
different opportunities?
Like, no matter what, you get a reason to say don't compare. And if you want to compare, you get a reason to do the comparison. So they should take that. In their era, there were no internet and fine. There were no internet, so it's at their disadvantage. That's why when you are ranking, they will go back or they will get less. It's because there were certain things against them. And it's not the fault of Sarkodie that internet didn't come early for those people. So yes, Sarkodie had advantage of the internet and other things. So if people will do the comparison and put him ahead of others, yes, their argument will be based on achievement that they think that he has achieved, like during his era, and they are comparing it to others who couldn't do that. Even in their time, the takes Lord Kenya's, the Obrafors and others, Obo and others, yes, they had their own kind of success. But if you compare what they achieved then and what Sarkodie is achieving now, Sarkodie should be way above them, just in terms of the achievement. The point is that no matter what, some people will be at a disadvantage. So even if you bring only Obrafo, Lord Kenya and others, someone will say, oh, this guy got a producer, this one didn't get, so you can't compare. Like, no matter what, you can find a reason not to agree with the comparison. So let's listen to the one ranking them, the person's argument, how they are going about it, and see whether we agree or disagree. That's how it should be. But the era and the things that were there and things that were not there shouldn't come in. Because there's no way that you get it that way before you do the comparison. For me, as I said earlier, I disagree with some of the arrangements. Like me, as I said, this guy, Eno Baroni, Amado, and
she was not fit
to be in there when we have the likes of Tix and others not in it. In fact, TikTok, for instance, he also got something that it was really hard for people to get. I mean, penetrating the Nigerian market and even going as far as at that time they have Mobo or something like that. I think they were doing African Kora Awards and all that, and TikTok was everywhere. So if you are putting rappers together and you take TikTok out, for me, I would disagree. I think he maybe he will not be the first person, but he should be in it some way, somehow. That's my opinion. And that's how it's supposed to be. So for me, people should talk about it. They should rank whoever that they want to rank. The way for us to get maybe the number one person is after many people ranking, we can give points to wherever that you place them and see who is getting more numbers. That will be the first way to do the ranking, because this one is an opinion based. It's not really facts or you have figures to do it. Because if you go that direction, that's where some people like Sarkodie and others will get the advantage.
Yeah.
Because they have internet, the records are there, what they are achieving because of internet, they are getting more audience and all that. So obviously they will do better than those who didn't get that kind of audience. So for me, I think we should allow everybody to rank their own best numbers, and then whoever the name that will be popping up most, I mean, we can say that obviously that person deserves to be the number one. Yeah.
Well, Ro,
for me, I wanted to disagree with the people that were rooting for Sarkodie as the greatest rapper of all time.
Richie, were you able to get that video? If you're able to get it, you want to listen to some of the things he said.
I wanted to disagree with them, but it is the opinions of the people that disagree with them that is making me agree with the people saying Sarkodie is the greatest rapper.
Wait. Is that you wanted to do what from the
disagree with the people that were rooting for Sarkodie?
But what happened?
But the opinions of those who are against him are the reason why I'm supporting Sarkodie.
Okay.
It is because, you see, everybody that is making or that is coming to debunk the argument of Sarkodie not being the greatest rapper are coming with either emotions or sentiments. These are two things. These are the two things that they come with. And these two things do not make your argument solid in any way. Because Sarkodie, the people that are actually rooting for Sarkodie are not doing that with emotions or sentiments. They are not doing it. They are doing it with facts and data.
Okay.
In fact, they are even doing it with data more. So whether the data is factual or not, they have a data to show of the reason why they are rooting for this guy. And the people that are actually against that particular notion are coming with another argument of, oh, this person in this era, that person was in this era. You see, when we even want to make that era conversation, you see the people that they are rooting for, the Tay and the Obrafour, Lord Kenya and the other likes, it will go against them the more. Because as far as because as far as we are concerned, you see the era they were coming from, the era that they are coming from, they had their own set of glory. Sarkodie's era, which is the internet age, they are some of them. Somebody like Lord Kenya is inactive. It's not inactive music now, so that for him we can spare him. But the likes of Obrafour, Reggie Dent are still in Sarkodie's era. The last time I checked, somebody like Snoop Dogg is not coming from this particular era. But I can tell you, even per his current numbers, is doing good or better than even some of the current rappers in his in the jurisdiction, yes, that he finds himself. You understand? So there is no way that you would even do a ranking in terms of who is like the greatest, or you do a ranking of greatest rappers and you still miss him. You understand? He's been able to transition himself from his era into the era that you would even want to compare to. So how is that Sarkodie's fault that Obrafour is not accustomed to the new ways of doing things? And besides, if you would want to compare Obrafour's achievement to what Sarkodie is having in terms of numbers, come on, there were forms of collecting data back then, and there are still forms of collecting data now. Have you ever heard anybody come out to say, oh, Obrafour sold 15 million albums this year, 15 billion albums that year? Have you heard anybody come out with such an argument? No. So why do you come and challenge the notion? Until you have some of these conversations to back the reason why you want to discredit why Sarkodie is the greatest rapper of all time, forget it. Don't even start the arguments based on, oh, and he pioneered this and he pioneered that. No. Because as far as we are concerned, Sarkodie is over a decade in the industry.
And still relevant.
Reggie, Obrafo, Lord Kenya, these three people, after a decade, strongly in the industry, is their relevance still strong as Sarkodie?
No, you can't call it.
Exactly my point. So longevity, your consistency, your workforce, even in the year, is also a considerable factor here. And let's not bring the internet in. We think there is internet now, so Sarkodie had it easy. No, Sarkodie did not have it easy. In fact, he also had his own challenges.
He worked for it.
Exactly. The internet did not just push Sarkodie because he is rapping. When Sarkodie came, he met better rappers than himself. You understand? Just like when Obrafo, Take and Reggie Dems came, they also met better rappers in their era
than themselves.
Yes, but it is their work that made them extraordinary. It is their work that took them apart from all those people. So if you would want to make this comparison, and we want to bring in era, and even if when we are bringing era, we are still, I am looking, Sarkodie has about 10 million monthly streams on Spotify and this. Obrafo also sold 2 billion cassettes in this particular era, or 3 billion copies. Reggie sold this person sold that.
And at that time, even people moving to your place.
Exactly.
It's not like people today in their comfort. They are
you think if you are talking about Snoop Dogg's achievements in the music industry, all those things will not matter. It matters. They will bring it, and that data is there. So the disadvantage of Obrafo, Reggie Dems, and all those people on the fact that there is no proper data collection for them in terms of this particular argument. It's not Sarkodie's fault.
That is their era.
That is their era. It's not Sarkodie's fault. Until you are able to do that, because in other jurisdiction, go and bring it right. Go and bring Bob Marley, who is even deceased. Bob Marley, who is dead, conversation right now. They will tell you the number of CDs and cassettes that he even sold in his era, and the data is there. So why do we? So if you are making an argument for who is even the greatest reggae artist in the world, all these things will come to play. It will not come with the sentiments and feelings of, do you know how big it? How big? It is your mouth that you are using to say it. Nobody would know until you give them.
Pocket is filled.
Yes, until you give them data to whatever you are saying. So until now, so now as we speak, Sarkodie is the greatest rapper as far as I'm concerned, because of all time. Because the other people that would want to come and counter the argument are not coming with data. They are coming with feelings and sentiments. Do you know how big Obrafo is? Do you know how big Reggie Rockstone? Do you know how big? Yes, we all know. We know, but how do you convince the person who doesn't know? How do you, especially if the person is not even?
Maybe you have to read their raps.
If you want to bring talent, if you want to even bring talent into this conversation, then let's not have it at all. Because even that one self, it is more subjective than any other thing. If we want to bring talent, then let's forget the whole conversation. Because that particular thing is even more subjective than any other pointers in this particular conversation. So media, Sarkodie is still the greatest rapper of all time. If somebody wants to challenge this notion, the person should come with data and not feelings.
Well, that is it. Noella gave us that particular post in connection to the debate that has been ongoing online. And like I said earlier, what's the musician's name? Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier is also out there. I'm sure he even started this whole conversation when he said some people.
No, it came
after the
showbiz. Then
no, what I mean is after that one.
Then
Joe Frazier has
been the one fueling the
He was on
after the showbiz.
Yes, he was on Hit FM, and I think he said the same thing. And
on UTV,
right after he got a selection for UTV. And it is ongoing. But that conversation, like everybody is saying, we need to look at the two worlds in there, the generational gaps in there, and maybe you would understand what is happening. But in all, any other musician who will be called for that particular title means that you've done something good.
Of course.
If you've not done anything good, your name will not even come up. Because you've done something good, that's why your name is up for consideration. So in all, let's handle it with care. Let's handle it with care. Whether indeed she's the dance, she's whatever, as in she's the goat, the real goat. Sarkodie is the real goat, or Brafo is the real goat, or Lord Kenya is the real goat.
Or EL.
Oh, yeah, that's very good. And we wish that some verifiable data would be out there for us to really give that person. So the football too, have you guys finished sorting the football one?
So the football, sometimes if I remember it was between Messi like this and Maradona.
Hey,
aside Ronaldo and Messi, it even started with Messi and Maradona because they were coming from the same national teams. Now people were comparing the number of World Cups that Maradona had, trophies Maradona had won for Argentina, and the number of trophies that Messi had not even won for Argentina as at that time. So now that he's been able to collect all the trophies as far as his national team is concerned, it is now that he's been considered the greatest of all time.
As in Messi.
Messi, yes.
So now they want to put Messi ahead of
Maradona. Obviously, in terms of achievement,
so
the zero and Messi's own had to do with era. In their era, who is the greatest of all time? That is where they are comparison.
You can't say greatest of all time. Greatest of all time starts from.
No, but for Zero and Messi, it is in their era. It doesn't go beyond their era. That conversation, those who do the goat.
Then they are Goa.
Those who do the goat between Ronaldo and Messi, it is in their era. As in the time they both, because they all came into the limelight, I think during a similar, like the same period, and it was one achievement. This person wins this, the other person wins that. Sometimes we beat me, then the other would come, win, and just close the gap. But now, as it stands, per achievement, I think Messi has more than Ronaldo. So, but still, Ronaldo.
So, do you want to be part of the football?
Yeah, the where I will go for the football thing is the Maradona part. When you go to Italy, a whole city is named after him.
Wow.
His pictures, in fact, all the Maradona, Napoli. The only person who took them to win
for a club in
Italy, yes. And then they have restaurants named after him, his pictures everywhere, even till now, because of his impact. So Maradona era was something else, and the impact that he got, apart from even his national team, playing for a team like Napoli in Italy, is something else.
Which was a big team.
Big team. At the time that he went there, they were nobody. It's like they had not won any major trophy or something like that. But immediately he got there, everything changed.
Wow.
One person.
Wow.
So they don't joke with Maradona. His images are
Maradona. So you will go for him.
So for me, I think Maradona has done enough to even be, to compare him to somebody like Messi. For me, still just that he can do something for a whole city to go for him. I will go for him instead of Messi. Yeah.
Well, the conversation is getting interesting. The rappers need a bedding because Lord Kenya knew Bravo. Yeah. Just as you said, then times Bravo and Co, they were also controlling the event into thousands of people.
Yeah.
Remember the platform that Reggie Stone raised on Bravo's hand? I think that it was a program called Source. I think it was Trade Fair era. Did you guys see the crowd?
Yeah.
It's the same crowd that So if you don't come,
the other factors will beat the Lord Kenyans and the Bradfords.
That's the online factor.
Yeah, the online factor will be.
I mean, what also hurts me is the fact that people like say Lord Kenya and Bradford, they have exited too early too. If like by now they are still doing it, then it will be hard for you to compare them to the
Exactly.
Sarkodie.
Or even
So imagine that even they are not releasing songs, but they are performing. Imagine Lord Kenya is performing.
Like
today will still be able to go see
yeah.
Lord Kenya perform.
Master Rhymes is still performing.
Exactly what I mean. But because they dropped it, now baby sounds okay. If the longevity the grandpa ebamua, Sarkodie 10 years and going. Okay, be omo ya 15, omo ya 20 years, and omo ya 10 years. And ninga be enkomo ebe hu. Did Lord Kenya do more than 10 years?
No, really, no.
I don't think so.
His best will be 10 years.
Yes, his era was not so much, but it was very short but heavy.
Intense. Yes, yes. It was intense, but it will not be more than 10
years. Did not do more than 10 years.
For 20 years, no more celebrity, Mr. Foster.
Bravo, yes. Bravo.
They celebrated 20 years.
Bravo do 20 years old. Hey, Sammy will take your time. Bravo yes, 20 years.
They all started in the 90s or late 90s.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, they have done
it. Do 20 years.
Yes, they have done it.
But just that.
No, any and pass Sarkodie. If they did 20 years, they are the Sarkodie.
But
they
you
did.
see,
They all started in the
20
90s.
years, in the 20-year era. Let's check. My own is let's check.
Sarkodie has done 10 years now.
The level of relevance, after the first decade. Because as much as we are celebrating Obrafo's 20 years, we can't say 5 years from that 20 years that we celebrated. Obrafo was actively relevant like Sarkodie is after his first decade. That is the conversation we should also consider.
A factor.
Exactly. After the first 10 years, after the first 10 years, they were all hot and active. But the next decade, the first 5 years into the second 5 years, how active were they? So, I can say Sarkodie and train. That I would agree. But if we also bring after the first 10 years, the second 10 years, and the first 5, if you mean how active these guys also were, it will all boil down to data. It will say after 10 years. Now, after 10 years, we know the numbers Sarkodie is still controlling. After 10 years, how many sales does Obrafo make? After 10 years, what was his number control? After 10 years, what was his level of relevance? Then we can have a conversation. Until Sarkodie will wait. But if you don't bring data to back what Obrafo did after 10 years, then your conversation will be flawed.
This one, well, it's not an easy thing to, because in their time to, every song that they release was a hit too. You can't just bring anything out. So they are, yes, album.
And from side A
to B, every song, yes, every song is a hit.
Sikaba,
interesting conversation. Sonia Achiba. Sonia Achiba has done over 2 decades, right? Sisia. He's back and he's doing music. When you ask him, how many years have you been doing music? You see the years that he was inactive.
If his songs were banging,
whether his songs were banging or not. Obeka years no inactive in
counts.
But
I've matched the day. I don't remember the last time he released a song. How long he's been doing it. Also the
so for a match the day, you can have that conversation with him, because even the time that he was not releasing, he was still relevant. And then per month for more shows in a year. We can't mention artists without mentioning a match the day. That is how you will be able to have data on him. But in certain years now, maybe your Obrafo inactive. Did you see how many times do you see him play shows? How many times do you see him do collaboration? How many times do you see him do releases? And on the Beman Common on their side, Reggie Rockstone like this. How many times did you see him play shows? How many times, aside the VVIP era, not joining in? How active was him in the music space? Sad data, if there are gaps in there, it will be very difficult.
Well, let's see what happens in the next couple of decades. Let's see if by then it will be so clear for us to do a clean and fair judgment as much as this group of rappers is concerned. over the weekend once again, like I said, Monday evening when we said like this, we try to review some of the major happenings over the weekend. And over the weekend, there was a special program called the Industry Mixer. And in the Industry Mixer program, Artist of the Year Stonebwoy performed alongside other nominees in the just ended Telecel Ghana Music Awards. Now, as some of the highlights came out, what we observed was the fact that the organizers are telling music lovers in Ghana that very soon they are bringing what they call the Music Hall of Fame. Music Hall of Fame. And this story has been met with mixed feelings. There are others who are excited about it, others feel challenged. There is no excitement about this particular thing, so they don't even understand why people should be jubilating now. Well, some varied opinions that on the screen. Let me read some of them, then we'll know what we are doing. Richie, you can bring some of the Music Hall of Fame on the screen. So this one is coming from Vim Crew. And the Japan Vim Crew. Vim Crew is saying, well, the story says Charterhouse to establish Hall of Fame for Ghana's music industry. That is Charterhouse to establish Hall of Fame for Ghana's music industry. And this Vim Crew saw and came like, is Charterhouse the right organization to put up a Hall of Fame? And they will include, and will they include people they are biased against like Shatter and Co? I believe a more neutral looking organization should do it instead of an organization that discriminates. Well, that is another angle of the conversation, but the main angle of the conversation is our reaction to the fact that Charterhouse is about to establish something like this, an institution like this. Over the years, we know in Ghana we don't have something like this. The last time Roland even went to the museum, not much was said about music, but Charterhouse says they want to do it. Let me get your reaction, your thoughts, opinions about this, and maybe we will also ask that question. Okay, Japan Vim Crew wants to know that. Okay, what does it mean if they are going to control that? We know they are a human institution. They are really not in good books of some artists. How will they consider all those ones going forward? Chabu, maybe you can come through with this.
Japan can start his own Hall of Fame. Because this is a business decision. Charterhouse, they are doing business. The Hall of Fame, they are not doing it because how do I put it? They are so charitable that they want to help musicians. No, it will add to their brand. It will add to how they influence Ghana music. So this is a pure business decision. So you can't just say that you want a new neutral organization or institution to do it. No, I think in local Japan is neutral. He can start Vim Crew Hall of Fame. Yes. So yeah, because it's a business decision, we can't say much. I think it's a good idea that they are doing it. Yes, his concern is valid. If they are going to start this and will be inducting only people that they affiliated to or they like or something, yes, you will see it and talk about it. That's how it's supposed to be, but we can't say because of that they can't do it. It's a human institution, as we are all saying. Yes, they can be biased in certain aspect and all that, yes, but the point is this is a business decision. Somebody is doing their business, and what do you want? What do you mean by saying that because they are biased? But is it not the same bias that they are using to do music awards? Music awards, yeah. Yes, and people patronize it. So the same thing will happen here. Some people will not be happy. Some people will be cool. We'll be cool with it, and we should just take it like that.
Someone was asking me earlier, what will be the direct benefit to the musicians whose images, whose products, and whose activities will be captured for the Hall of Fame? Someone was asking, what benefit will that be for the musician?
Well, that one we can't say much now. It will be for Charterhouse to decide whether the artist will get a benefit or not. But the main thing is when they recognize you or they indict you to the Hall of Fame, it comes with some form of accolades that you may use to also get benefit somewhere else.
Come to us too.
No, that you may use to get benefits from it's the same. You can put it in the same category like the way Guinness World Record works. Nobody will get paid for having a breaking a record, but you can use the accolades to get deals. That's how it is done.
Fananti.
Yes. So the same way, when they invite you to the Hall of Fame, you can go somewhere and say, now I am Charterhouse, whatever music Hall of Fame. They have recognized me. I'm good enough to be ambassador for whatever or whatever. So the artist should know or get a team that can take advantage of whatever comes with it, especially the brand and then and all that. And all that. But getting money, unless Charterhouse, they have other plans. If they have other plans to use their images to do something, why not? They will compensate the images that they will use. By inviting you to the Hall of Fame will not come with any money. Like from what we know, they don't pay you to get to the Hall of Fame unless they are doing business with it. Yes, and that one can come if they plan and go like, okay, if we indict them, we can play show for them. The money that comes, we will give it to the artist, or you will have a party or something like charity organization trying to donate, whatever. They can come up with so many business plans, but they should come first. For those who are crying that they will be biased, you can also start your own.
And be biased for your own self.
For sure.
Yes, Ro, come through.
For me, I am one of the people that from time have been championing some of these ideas, building the Hall of Fame for not only musicians but the entire creative arts industry.
Okay.
Which is why when those millions of dollars were spent on building that manhole of a cathedral over there,
We are not done. The Lord is still directing us.
I got pissed that.
So we will do it.
Divide whatever you are building there. It should have been the Hall of Fame for the creative arts. Simple. Just divide it. Give a quarter to music, a quarter to movies, a quarter to whatever sectors like in the creative arts industry. Let's use it as a museum. Just like we do the Kuami Museum and the National Museum. Let's go. There are data there for people to see. The amount of money revenue that they generate from such institutions annually is crazy. Do this for the creative arts industry.
But that institution is more or less like government.
That is what I'm saying. Okay. So it is not a private institution. But currently, the only institution that is in good standing to do this now is Charterhouse. And it is not even only financially, but the data, in terms of data collection, that will enable them to even put up this Hall of Fame. They are the best institution that has the correct data. Under normal circumstances, from the auspices of the Minister of Tourism or whatever, or the government, this particular project is supposed to pass through the ministry to even Gamro or Musica. There should be a collaboration between these two institutions.
Okay.
Because when we are talking about musicians in Ghana, they are as far as their welfare is concerned, it should be from Musica then to Gamro, who are going to collect royalties, because this place is going to be commercialized. And anybody that has an image or anything valuable there should receive some form of royalties, and that will be the right, or that will be the responsibility of Gamro. That should be it. As simple as that. So Penny Konimo's first guitar, somebody's first trumpet that he used in playing this major event can be put in that particular museum.
And be auctioned.
And be not even auctions per se. People go there to patronize this, and annually they have some form of royalties that is paid to them. So tomorrow you think some old musicians who probably maybe born a song like before will come and cry and say, "Oh, now royalties from only music." No, the person can go Ambule them are touring. Kinaisoba them are touring. Now Kinaisoba has even changed his logo. This thing, the first one that he used, the one that gave him revelation, can be put in that particular museum, and that will be another form of money generation for our artists.
Okay.
So me, I like the fact that they are doing it. For the bias there, you can't fight it.
We will live with it.
You can't fight it. We should just accept it as it is coming. In fact, they are the best institution currently, whether we like it or not. Because if we take this from them, the next institution that we would want to go and give it to is Gambro or maybe Musica, and those ones also they never to us.
Yes, me pen bibi ayira is me ka korea
also they can have to an use sir. You understand?
I see me points at those you. I mean those will make a question.
You see, I heard you came from to us. So whether we like it or not, the only thing that me I'm praying for is the transparency in whatever they are doing. Like we know they can't be transparent because it is a human institution, but it should come with some level of credibility that people can trust and have confidence. For them, we know it is a business decision for them. Now, aside when you are filling the form of being part of the whole scheme, you are also filling the form to endorse your image being used as advertisement tool for the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And it's whether you like it or not, the moment you append your signature to be part of the scheme, indirectly you've also accepted to be part of those conversations. So yes, it is a business decision for them. It is not a charity, whatever for musicians.
Okay.
It is another opportunity for people to make money. So if you are not the one making the money, it is either you think about your future or you keep quiet and allow yourself to be, so that we can use you and make money.
Well, we wish them well. The industry mixer had other issues discussed, and I'm sure from time to time we should be picking one after the other to discuss some of them. Earlier, Roland was telling me about what they want to do, a commercial show for the person who will do Artist of the Year. And we want to understand, like, what they mean, what do they mean by they will give him a commercial show. You know, we will be finding out. And again, if next time an artist is supposed to win Artist of the Year and the artist is not going to be available for some of these days, what does it mean? Because they want to make it more or less like a thing. Because imagine some artists would win and they are hitting the road. If he's not available to do all these things for the scheme,
and they paid event, 50,000, but artists necessarily rate here 200,000. How do you strike that?
Well, more questions than answers, and I'm sure, like I said, from time to time you'll be finding out most of these things. Now let's do this finally, so we can run away from here. King Paluta, like Chemo said in his delivery earlier, is one of the hottest sensations in our music industry currently. And during a radio discussion on Asempa FM, one industry enabler called Coca has said something about King Paluta. As much as I'm not too comfortable with what he said, I want to listen to my people as well, what they think about his submission on King Paluta's brand and what he's doing now. Let's watch this briefly. When I come back, I take views and we can say goodbye to you guys till we meet again tomorrow.
I feel say Paluta singing or person kwa ohia nti. I feel say Paluta singing or person kwa ohia voice coach.
Oh, sir.
Voice no air fluctuate. Oko up no aba middle no oko low.
Who can answer voice here or the two you mean?
Useless voice no the two you.
Coca.
Or say or say singing.
No, I don't get it.
When you rap,
that's a singing in any format.
Our format.
What's the
you
format?
have to sing in a key. He's off key.
But Obi also had a voice in the but or singing, you know.
Yes, but the person is in key.
Okay.
The person is in key. When he's off key, the voice is fluctuating.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yes.
No. Okay.
And the song there's so much repetition.
Okay. So Makoma from Kimpaluta, Media is my favorite though. We're one or two ABO and Mshana, I'll tell him. But to me, it's a nice song. Cook, I will say, what is the problem with the song?
He's out of key.
He sings off key sometimes or all the time in the song.
Yes, the fluctuations is too much. He's off. As on you're comfortable with the key, no. One will be a short original or home mine. Will be a short center in fan.
No, I don't get it. I will confuse me. As my head can is in there. It has nothing in common.
At the phone to me a foul.
I don't get it.
It can be a bad song in terms of production, but because the ma will be nintino, the technicalities no on shenti ebeko.
And two patches and my technicalities are
no. But anyway, in terms of our technicalities, Befano.
Where is it the sound? No, I just want to understand
off key. And you see, I think he's been blessed. Nyamie Shirano with the singing. He needs to see Uncle Onshe Castro, Onshe Kofi Kenata, Onshe your friend is saying Amrado, Onshe your friend is saying Sarkodie. He needs to water down a rap, no. Normal rap and enough form. Then yes and komo. What you say? Or the blended singing now because the poets now who they was singing with new hope.
What is Coca saying?
Yeah.
What is Coca saying? At the point, it feels like he's talking about singing. At the point, it feels like he's talking about rapping. At the point, it feels like the guy is good. And when the guy is not good, like the guy is a good singer, the guy is not a good singer. Okay, the moment to my Chebo will start here now.
Yeah, minimum cook a baby or person or the Nkomani. And I'm not surprised. As in we are Kanda or Mama who do any son. There was soon takrache. A minimum to me now Benny Intina, Matume Bokan. Do any son. There was soon takrache. The thing is, the guy when this son will be after say you are looking at the person. And I say also takracha because feathers a colorful Nintino. People will easily notice you. And to do any Sunday if you are the one that is making it, everybody will be looking at you. Whatever you see, whatever you any move, whatever they always cry, you may interpret it.
Yeah.
I can say atadu I always say who did you be at them, and atadu I always say the whole person can say. Or mad will be the show, and at this time, Paluta is at that stage. Because he is the man of the moment, because everybody is looking at him, listening to his song, doing freestyles, and in fact, on when we open verse, open verse, yeah, do so crash or more share that, yes, open verse, people should come in.
Yeah.
So obviously, people will criticize him left, right, center. Apart from this one, that I think we shouldn't take serious. I've also seen somebody is warning him that he shouldn't be playing with one spiritual man the way that man he's been playing with some people and their careers are going down. So he shouldn't add and the serious warning like and I think he's even lucky that this time around people are afraid to do their doom prophecies. Because I've been a trivia fan as soon I'm a wife here and the is part of the industry or people in general. When you are the one on the spotlight, there are a lot of criticism that will come your way. Me at this point, I would just advise Paluta to know, because he's new, some of these things may affect him because he's new. With time, when he gets to the level of Sarkodie, Shatawale, Stoneboy, and Kua, he will be okay. But because it has started early like this, he should be careful so that it won't affect him. It won't affect his career the way that, because after staying underground for so many years, now look at what the guy is saying. He's saying that he is blessed with the singing, but no the voice into them after so many years, and what do you think people are now jamming to his song? You don't want to find that one out, but you are talking about technicalities and all those things. I mean, so technicalities in the and music teachers and common all hit songs. Music professors and common all hit songs. yes, that one is academic.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that people don't get the academic side of things and people do things in real life. There are some people who have academic skill or academic prowess to explain everything, but practically they will be lacking. They can coach you to do certain things, but they can't do it themselves. So what Coca is saying is in the same light. He's singing off key. He is doing technically he's not right. It's academic. You can study that and know those things, but it doesn't mean you will get a hit song when you know those things. So for him to suggest that he should look for a voice coach or something like that, that voice coach should also give a hit song, and let's see if it is that easy. If it is that easy, do and let's see. So this is simple. The guy is on the spot now. He's the one everybody is looking at. He's getting it right. People are jamming to his song. His rate will definitely go up. And on our watch, and yeah, off key singing and that one is academic. Or because you go school. So for those who are into it, you should learn it. Those who are into the voice flat key, F key, and they should learn it. I mean, there's a way to also make money out of it. But as we are talking now, King Paluta is the man of the moment, and let him enjoy his stardom. That's all.
I see. Ro, quick one. Let's run away.
Advice. We were already
How's the advice?
And yet,
I don't know that new Jay-Z kind of be careful who you listen to.
You see, advice now. Say there obi A2 funa what they ball brand Sanka Uji Futu in the above brand way failure so soon as they to me for saying them the failure any problem. Only teen advice ni tea and yasin practicals. Because Uti part of show but show advice maybe advice that I hear you because I am looking at what Coca is saying. And Charlie, this is as better as say Futu no be I could be. As a baby near who said, dear bear, dear. To me catch. You see what Coca is saying? Here. Once at a point, you said you were confused. Yeah. Whether he was talking about rap or he was talking about singing. You see the off-key thing that he's talking about. I bet you saw no crowdings are off-key now. Or Casablanca.
King Paluta does not even sing off-key.
Oh, and I mean,
the other day I think I even mentioned it. He is not a vocalist. You cannot say, "Oh, King Paluta."
He has a nice voice. His voice is
but he's singing right. His keys are on point.
And Intina make say, you see what Coca is saying? Said the guy is singing
off key and got. No, I lock him off key.
That be Thomas. You see, and I make say, when we say, Coca off key no can.
No problem.
Only more had the crow. As we used to term off key. Now, let's think how can you say Paluta is singing off key? Then you tell me so, a C sharp, a G major, a say. Then I know, this person, as much as maybe he may not be like practically doing whatever he said, academically, he knows what he is talking about. Oh, but catch him so the voice in there, how? Like what you say and yet
okay, yet I say yet back in Paluta, say open voice, and I say opiska.
And you know the funny thing, when you take about 10 successful singers in the music industry, you can get about half of them that have that King Paluta voice.
Yeah.
That they sing with those ragged, rough, the voice that probably you like I prefer them offer choir raga and offer choir rap. Most of them are singing with those voices. You think when Sarkodie started singing, he was singing with what? Pharrell Williams kind of voice? No. If your advice is he should get a voice coach. Perfect. And see why? Because voice coach it will be dependent on what the voice coach is coming to tell what King Paluta was. Because at the end of the day, it is still what King Paluta was. Ebia me to nyuma me range see her say, and I want you to teach me how I can go beyond that range. It is within unknown voice. But when you come and tell him he needs it, he needs it for what? Said your mom ya didn't who so here doctor. Who needs so here doctor say. You understand? Exactly. And say photo we been one here that King Paluta fast is here. What's that? Makoma. Makoma ebedani. We are Makoma me. That is how he is going to say.
Mama King Paluta NTN Musamama.
Yeah.
This advice. Coca is our man. In fact, we who's a man from offside, who's a man from foul ball, say, yen free stadium, nim crowd. Because Charlie, what Coca is saying and the reality on the ground is the sharp contrast in there, and yet directly opposite. So me, King Paluta, the only advice I will give him is, he should do himself. Hey, when the advice comes, whether it is the best advice that will save his career, that will make him last for 100 years, or whether it is an advice that will make him stop doing music today, King Paluta should do what his mind and his heart tells him is right. That is the only way. He should be allowed to commit his own mistakes. He should be allowed to do the things he wants to do. Because when he was suffering, we did not go to tell him how to suffer. When he was underground, we did not give him underground voice coach. So now that he's in the limelight, voice coach you understand? So please, we should let the guy be.
Okay, this is how we resumed our week here on Showbiz Daily, live on Sammy Flex TV. It has been a hot opening with Roland Amate and Intimdo de Solomon Chemo. And to you, thanks for joining us back. Remember, we are running Showbiz Daily from now till Friday. Every evening, when you are back from work, about 8 p.m., you just be seated and we will give you whatever you want when it comes to show business. Tomorrow, we'll be here once again to do it. Let me say thanks to Digital Rasta. He did our camera for us. Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. Until then, we will meet again. Subscribe to us and let's do some more. My name is Sammy Flex. We're out of here. Bye-bye.